And good morning. It's 7:04 on this Monday, October 21st. It's time to head to Studio B for Coleman and Company. Our guest host today, Kurt Baker.
Good morning. Thank you, MJ. Good morning, Wilson County. Hope everybody's having a great early start to their Monday morning out there. Brisk air, just on the drive in, past a couple of deers. They're starting in rut and getting to buck a little bit. So to all the hunters out there, your time to shine is now. First part of the show, we want to recognize our sponsor, Absolute Kubota, Mr. Matt Bryson. Matt is not here with us today, but he has sent Mr. Clint Kelly to be with us. Clint, good morning.
Good morning, Kurt.
Yeah, so y'all been down there on West Main Street now for how many years? A couple of years, right?
I think going on 4. I think we're going into our 4th year down there.
4th year, and it's allowed y'all to expand a little bit in the service and sales area.
One of the huge things that we moved down there was to carry Kubota's construction line, so that's why we have skid steers and excavators and all that fun stuff. So we've got basically anything that Kubota carries, we've got it, and we can get people set up with it.
Yep. Now, I know coming out of COVID specifically, equipment was a little bit tougher to get. That seems to have softened up a little bit, right?
It certainly has. We've got a lot of stuff that's coming in. We've got plenty of skid steers. RTVs were really tough to come by, the side-by-sides. So, yeah, we've got quite a bit of stuff. We've got a whole slew of mowers that just came in. So I know it's starting to get cold and the grass is starting to die down. But if you had something that was kind of limping through the season, we can get you squared away. Whenever I come on, I always let people know that we take in anything on trade. So the day I started, we had a Ford tractor on the back lot that someone had traded in for a brand new Kubota. So it doesn't matter the color, the brand, or the condition. We'll take in anything on trade. Right.
And speaking of the color, obviously you are noted for the orange Kubota, but y'all also sell Exmark, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yes, yeah. Exmark and Hustler. We do service on all three. We're authorized service department for all three. And then if you've got anything else, just give us a call. There's some things that we'll expand on. If it's something service related, if it's more of a repair, we like to stick to repairing the things that we're a dealer for.
Absolutely. There's expertise there. So what do you do specifically, Clint, there at the Kubota?
Yeah, so I run the service department, and then I also help out with rental, and that was one of the things I wanted to stop in today. Our rental department, we're growing it like crazy. So if there's anything that, any customers that have rented from us before and we don't have a piece of equipment, come in and talk to me. Let me know what you're looking for because we're looking to expand that. We've got skid steers and mini excavators, and then also lawnmowers. A big one that's coming up soon, like you were mentioning, the rut. We've got a leaf blower, like a sand-on leaf blower. So if you've got a bunch of trees in your yard, it's a whole lot easier than running a rake all over the place. And then even with the temperatures dropping, it's still not too cold to get some aeration and overseed done. So we've got 2 fantastic aerators that have a seed box incorporated into them. You can come in and get your seed and fertilizer and then take that machine home and knock out your yard and then bring it back.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, I just built a house, moved in a little over a year ago now, and my yard is not as dense with grass as I'd like for it to be. So that aeration this time of year is certainly very, very important to the health care of your lawn, as well as overseeding, right? Y'all sell a variety of those products.
Yep. Yeah, and a healthy lawn, the thicker the grass, the less weeds you'll have in the spring. So it's a good time to get it done now.
Yep. Now, most of y'all's equipment, do y'all rent it by the hour or is it more by the day?
We can do a half day. We can do a half day. We can do a day. I've got a skid steer that's been out for 2 months. So you just let us know what you need and we'll make it happen.
Absolutely. Well, good deal. Well, thank you for joining us today, Clint. Is there anything else that you'd like to share on behalf of Kubota?
No, just swing on by if you've got any issues. Let us know what's going on. We'll do what we can to help out. And then good luck with hosting today.
Yeah, thank you. Well, I'll tell you what, certainly y'all are very vital to our community. You see the Absolute name brand all over Wilson County, sponsorships, ball teams, sponsorships of, in the high schools. I know out at Friendship, Absolute is very, very heavily involved, as well as Oktoberfest. We had that this weekend, and y'all have always been very, very gracious to allow us to use a couple pieces of equipment to make that a success for the community as well. So
we love it. We love being kind of the local guys and not the big shop that you come down and just talk to us. We'll help you out.
And that's something I've certainly noticed. Of course, I'm good buzz with Cody Honeyman out there and Matt Bryson. They're always willing to pick up the phone and get a live person there that takes your need to attention, takes it at heart, and gets you fixed up. So we certainly appreciate what you do.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining us today, Clint. All righty, rolling on with the show. Next, we have one of the most distinguished folks in our community, the president and CEO of the Lebanon Wilson County Chamber of Commerce, Melanie Minter. Good morning, Melanie.
Good morning, Kurt.
Now, this is you've kind of been on a little bit of a hot streak since middle of last week, right? There's been a lot going on in your life.
Been a lot going on.
Yeah, where you been?
Oh, just been several different states, different fun things to do. It's been a great week.
Couple different college towns. We were talking before the show that you were just recently in Oxford for, I think, a personal was a wedding or a wedding.
Yes, that is correct.
And then you traveled on north and you hit Knoxville. What was going on in Knoxville this weekend?
Really, Kurt? I know you were there. No, actually, you weren't there. The
MJ's
UT-Alabama game.
Gators fan, so.
Go Vols.
Go Vols. So how was that experience? I've already heard stories from other folks. I don't know if you went to the Florida game or not, but I heard the atmosphere was just amazing this weekend on Rocky Top.
It was. It was a great experience. It's always fun to go back, especially being an alum and being able to go back and enjoy the fireworks and the fun. But, we love to win. It's hard to lose.
Love to beat Alabama. Now, I got two questions surrounding the game. The first one was, did you smoke a cigar?
I did not.
You didn't smoke a cigar?
I did not.
So, and the second question is, were you part of the storming of the field and tearing down the field goal post?
No, I was not.
You were not. So you were a good girl.
I was. I behaved myself. Yeah. But there were a lot of people that were having a lot of fun around everyone, and it was just it was a great time. It's always a good time on the Hill. So
there's been 2 decades worth of just heartache and torment. MJ's had her fair share run of success against Tennessee, being a Gators fan, and just what an exciting time to be in Knoxville. Up there for all those students.
It really is. I mean, the last few years have been so exciting. All the games are exciting. Like I said, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, but you never want to think anything other than you're going to win from the time you walk in.
And it's always still great to be a Vol, right?
It's always great to be a Vol. Once a Vol, always a Vol.
That's one thing we got in common. Another thing that we have in common is obviously I've spent several years with the Lebanon Wilson County Chamber of Commerce. I guess probably going on 18 to 19 now, and obviously seen the growth and success that y'all brought to Lebanon and all of Wilson County, just in all the different programs of work that you're involved in. And this year's a big year. I mean, it's the 100th anniversary of the Chamber of Commerce.
That's right. This year's going to be another great time for the Taste of Wilson County, though. So everybody get ready. The weather is supposed to be in the 60s and lower 70s, so it's going to be perfect outside over on the west lawn of Wilson Bank and Trust, and it is Thursday night from 5:30 to 8, and we can even talk more about it.
5:30 to 8, absolutely. And Taste of Wilson County is something I've had the pleasure of being very involved in throughout the years. Just what a program! A lot of people do not understand. I've always explained it, the how and the why. In speaking with teachers, and one of the functions of the Lebanon Wilson County Chamber of Commerce is the education division, to give that back in multiple facets to all education all over Wilson County. Doesn't matter if it's a grade school all the way up to the colleges that's also involved in Wilson County.
That's right, and we're very fortunate as a chamber to have a 501c3 where we can raise money and give it back to our community. That's one great thing about our chamber, is we can actually raise money for teachers. We raise money for Tennessee scholars, so we love to watch them. We love to go back and watch the teacher grants. That's always a lot of fun. You've experienced that, where we go back into the classroom and see how they use the money that we've given. Our Wilson Books from Birth program, have to mention that. That's a great program for children from 0 to 5. You hear lots of stories, and you have them too about your own children. They go out to the mailbox and get the book, and they're very excited every time they get that book monthly.
Over 6,000 children across Wilson County have graduated from that program from birth, I believe, age 5, is it?
That's exactly right.
Yep.
So we're very fortunate to have those, but those would not happen without the Taste of Wilson County. And that's what we want to make sure that all the community understands and that they know about, because without the Taste of Wilson County, those things couldn't happen. So this is a fundraiser for education. It is something that we take pride in at the Chamber. As you say, we're a very important part of education throughout Wilson County.
Now, I know, anything that the Lebanon Wilson County Chamber of Commerce does is always top notch. It's done to the fullest maximum potential. I already see, Oktoberfest happened this weekend over there. There should be a lot of setting up going on this week, right?
There is already. Came by last night. Some of the fencing.
Got the fencing?
Still up from Sherry's Hope. Is that a shout out to Scott Jasper? I'm not sure. But anyway, yes, so it's already started. We've already packed up some things last week, so it'll take us about 3 days to get over there, and then we'll bring everybody in on Thursday night and have a great time.
Exciting times, and I know, again, weather's always this time of year one of those things that's a little bit dicey. You don't know how it's going to turn out, but I looked at it this morning. I don't think that there's any rain in the forecast for probably about 12 or 13 days. So y'all should be good and set for that.
That's right. We don't talk about rain at the chamber. So
no, we don't.
So we won't do that. But we will talk a little bit about Taste Wilson County. I want to talk about the tickets. We have $35 VIP tickets, $25 adult, $15 teacher tickets, $8 for children aged 6 to 12, and 5 and under are free. What's so exciting, and again, you've been around, Kurt, but the Gourmet Drive. So we have over 54 food trucks and food vendors this
already
year.
Signed up,
and marketplace already signed up. So we have a lot of activities for and food definitely for everyone to taste, which is the whole idea. But we do have one of my favorite is the culinary challenge. So we started that several years ago, and this year we actually have 4 of the all high schools have a culinary department. So we started out with 2. Then there were 3. We only had 2 that came last year, and then we're back to 4 this year. So very excited that the principals and the culinary departments and the teachers over there at each high school are very, very happy to be a part of this educational program.
Very engaged and supportive.
Yes, they're very supportive.
Well, I want to get back to that. Right now, we need to take a break, our first half break. And MJ, do you want to go ahead and roll the first one?
Thanks, Kurt. Let's see what's happening on the roadways. This all brought to you by our friends at Bates Ford. Get a regular oil change, $39.95 up to 5 quarts oil, tax and disposal, $17.80 Franklin Road. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. The police are still on the scene of this wreck out here in Murfreesboro, Rutherford County at Fortress, right at I-24. It's building pretty good now. 24 westbound up through the Antioch area, coming in from Murfreesboro, Rutherford County into Davidson County. It's gotten heavier over in Hermitage, Donaldson 40 going westbound as you come past the airport over here at BNA Airport. Hey, Prince's Hot Chicken has new items on the menu. Check them all out today at princeshotchicken.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
It's a sad fact that gun violence is the #1 killer of children in Tennessee. We must pass responsible gun safety laws to protect them. I am Joni Cochran, running for Tennessee House District 46. I am a gun owner, and I fully support the Second Amendment. Vote for me, and I'll work for safe storage, background checks, and red flag laws to make our state safer for all of us. Paid for by Joni for TN46, Mary Patterson, Treasurer.
When there's work to do, ground to break, and a reputation to uphold, you need the powerful, durable Kubota RTVX, North America's #1 selling diesel utility vehicle. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment for 0 down, 0% APR for up to 36 months or save $300. Now through September 30th. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Absolute Kubota, 1506 West Main, Lebanon.
Hey, this is Dr. Derek Gregory, and I'm proud to announce to you the opening of our brand new dental practice, Gregory Dental Group, at 1746 West Main Street, just across the road from Sports Village. Come experience modern dentistry at its best. We're always welcoming new patients, and I truly look forward to taking the best care of all your dental needs. Come by or call us today.
That's Gregory Dental Group, 615-444-0322, or online at mylebanontndentist.com. Gregory Dental Group, compassion, knowledge, skill.
Good morning and welcome back to Coleman and Company. This is Kurt Baker filling in for Mr. Coleman Walker, who is in Ohio today. I looked up the weather on the way in. I believe he's in Ohio, and weather's a lot similar to here, sunny. I think he's out visiting some Baseball Hall of Fame things. So, Coleman, if you're listening in, we're hoping you have a great vacation and you're getting some good deserved well-deserved relaxation out there. So, again, we have Miss Melanie Mentor, President and CEO of the Lebanon-Wilson County Chamber of Commerce, with us this morning, talking about Taste of Wilson County. Melanie, there's a lot that goes on at Taste of Wilson County. We talked about the culinary challenge. We've talked about the food vendors. Over, I think you said 54 food vendors signed up.
Food and marketplace.
Food and marketplace. To my knowledge, that's probably one of the best attended Taste of Wilson County as far as food and marketplace vendors. What else is going to be going on that night?
We're really excited. Of course, we have the Battle of the Mascots. So we'll have mascots from food to high school to junior high. So that'll be fun. There's always a winner of the best.
Kids love that, too.
Yes, kids love that. They go out and they dance and have a great time. And then we have celebrity judges, of course, for the culinary challenge. So, and then we have a chili cook-off, which was something that we started last year. So that will be there this year. If you're interested in any of the information that I am giving, please call us at 615-444-5503 because we'll be glad to plug you in any way.
Now, the dignitary grill-off, that's always a pretty because obviously our dignitaries are pretty competitive, right? What's the prize this year? Have y'all nailed that down? What that's going to be?
We have not. It's a secret. We have a couple of secrets.
Okay. It is a secret, but it's always a great prize.
It's always a great prize. Yeah. I was told that our prizes have taken it to the extra level, which is why there's so much competition. Yes. So last week we did a drawing, and we had the mayors and we had superintendents. Representatives from Mount Juliet there at the Friendship Christian, Veronica Bender, so they were there, and so they have their meat all that they're getting ready for this week.
So on the second half of the show, we have Mayor Randall Hutto, so we'll probably get a little bit more into that. So if he's on his drive in, just be thinking about that a little bit on how you're going to navigate that conversation.
I'm going to let him talk to you about that.
We'll do it.
That would be great. But yes, it's always fun to grill off. People love that. I mean, they love to go over and watch them grill and see how they've marinated their food. And we're just thankful that all these things that we can do for the community to help with the teachers. We'll have the petting zoo. So if your children love animals, please come out. We'll still have our bounce houses. And one more thing about the VIP is we have actually our VIP is with Rick, Mayor Bell, and Nicole. And so they are sponsoring the VIP tent, which will have Wildberry in it. It will also have music. So that music is Maddie Taylor. So she will be there over in the VIP tent. We also have a president's tent that will be connected to the VIP tent that is with Cumberland University, and they will be having desserts in their tent. So we do encourage you to join us for the VIP tents. They're going to be really nice this year, and we're super excited. That always gives you a place to sit down and get a little extra something for $10. So,
yeah, and I've always appreciated that about the Taste of Wilson County too. Is that just the sponsors that's involved, because obviously we could not do it without them, right? And who are some of the longtime sponsors?
So our 2024 Taste of Wilson County sponsors, Wilson Bank and Trust is our major sponsor. We have Famous Footwear, Performance Food Service, Wilson County Chevrolet Buick GMC, Mayor Rick and Nicole Bell, TriStar Summit Medical Center, Lebanon City Lifestyle, Farm Bureau West Dugan, Armstrong Construction, Shoney's, and Cumberland University.
Yep, it's one of those things, guys, that it's education in Wilson County. And I don't want to quote Mayor Hutto, but I think I hear him say that we are noted to have the second best education system in all of the state of Tennessee, and he would highly argue that it is number one. We're truly blessed, and so Thursday night, if you don't have any plans after ball practice, come on out and see us at Taste of Wilson County. All the proceeds go to education. It stays right here locally, whether it's with teachers, whether it's with students, or for scholarships or Tennessee Scholars. It stays here local. So please come out and support Taste of Wilson County on Thursday evening. Melanie, you're busy. This busy time of year. You just wrapped up the Chamber Golf Tournament. You're rolling in Taste of Wilson County. This never slows down for you. I think there's another event that coming up this weekend right after Taste of Wilson County.
There is, and in between is the 225 years of celebrating Wilson County. We'll be out at Fiddler's Grove. So we've got 4 events. We have Taste of Wilson County on Thursday night. Then on Friday, we'll be out at Fiddler's Grove a little bit. On Saturday is the second annual Cedar City Brewers Fest. It is sold out. Those proceeds will go to Wilson Books. Some proceeds will go to Wilson Books from Birth. I want to give a shout out to Cody Lanham and Cody and Kyle over there and thank them for having us as a sponsor. I'm being able to talk a little bit about Books from Birth, but also get proceeds for our 501c3. So we want to thank them for that. And then on Sunday, of course, we will have our Halloween on the Square, and that is this Sunday, the Sunday before Halloween, from 2 to 4:30. Activities include costume contests for all ages, sponsored by Amy Hamilton and Keller Williams. We have a car show over at First Baptist Church, so we partner with them. there on the square, we'll have free hot dogs, of course. We want to thank Public Safety for working on those. Candy stations, photo booths, children's activities, and more. Just call us if you want any more information, but please join us from 2 to 4:30 for Halloween on the Square on Sunday.
And that is a free event, right?
That is a free event.
Yep, and that's something that the Chamber of Commerce has partnered with the City of Lebanon for quite some time now.
You know, we take pride in our partnerships with the City of Lebanon and also the county. Mm-hmm. That's something that is very important to us as a chamber. We want to make sure that we are visible with people understanding what we do and how we help our community efforts. So we love our businesses. Our businesses are very important to us. Something that I do want to mention, you know, Shop Small Saturday is coming up. So believe it or not, 10 community bucks. So we have a lot going on that's coming. Even in the month of November, we already have 5 scheduled ribbon cuttings. Don't want to leave out December the 1st, which is Lebanon Christmas Parade. And then December 14th is Christmas on the Square. So a lot happening. I will just give a shout out for October 31st. We'll have Ray Render, our district director for Congressman John Rose. He will be joining us at the Chamber for our Economic Development Division.
Hearing all that stuff, Melanie, we haven't even got to Christmas yet, but it seems like you obviously have a lot going on in your schedule, and that's one thing. And being, you know, part of the Chamber for 19 years now, how many ever years, that I've always appreciated about the Chamber of Commerce here is that it goes above and beyond. And, you know, there's not a lot of chambers out there that really focuses on the event side, but that's something that your chamber excels at.
Thank you. We really strive to do that. Yep. Like I said, we strive not only for businesses, but we also strive for community.
Absolutely. And again, like you said, it's about partnerships, whether it's the City of Lebanon, City of Mount Juliet, Wilson County, City of Watertown. It takes those strong partnerships. It takes sponsorships, and that's what makes Wilson County as great as it is.
Just want to kind of go over our 100 year, just kind of back up just a little bit. Yep. It's hard to believe it's October going into November. But in January, we had the membership meeting and award celebration where we honored all of our past chairmen for our 100 years. February, we love our members month, registered for 100 member visits. March, we had a membership event. We added 300 new members. We also had the State of the County address. In April, we had a 100-year mixer. We had the State of the City address. In May, we had Small Business Week for our 100 years. So we continued those visits. In June, the Nashville Super Speedway invited us out, thanks to Matt, for our chamber recognition and completion of the 100 visits. In July, we had back-to-school events with Wilson County Schools and Lebanon Special School District. In August, we had the Wilson County Fair, Tennessee State Fair. We had our chamber replica building unveiling in Fillers Grove with the Wilson County proclamation by Mayor Randall Hutto. September the 5th, Charter Day picnic and City of Lebanon proclamation with Rick Bell. September 7th, celebration of 100 years, proclamation by Mayor Menace. And October, we had a meet and greet with City Council. September, we did have a meet and greet with our Wilson County commissioners as well. November, we have a recognition at Tennessee State Capitol with Senator Mark Pody and Representative Clark Boyd. We want to thank them for that. That's coming up, as well as our proclamation in Watertown by Mayor Mike Jennings. And then December, we will be in all 4 Christmas parades: Lebanon, Mount Juliet, Gladeville,
and Watertown. So
wow.
You probably will not be back in Knoxville for the rest of football season, right?
Very, very rarely, but maybe a little.
Well,
maybe a little bit.
It's obviously, and you'll be the first to admit, Melanie, it's not all about you. It's about a strong board and the strong committees that you have that serve under your leadership.
It definitely is. It's certainly not about me without all of those, our over 1,600 members. I believe actually it's 1,654 members that all come together, that network and enjoy each other. And then you have the board that helps with, the program of work. And actually, I just want to give out a shout out to my staff, Andrea, who's been there for almost 22 years. And then we have Shay, and we have Sarah, who does a great job in marketing. And then Stephanie, we love her too. So she's out there. She's the one that kind of makes everything look nice and goes that extra mile for us. So
that's Stephanie, right?
That's Stephanie.
And you do have a great
She has a talent. And what's great is they all have the talents that we need for our Chamber of Commerce.
Mm-hmm. To make it run.
That's right.
And it's something that you can truly feel when I stop by now and just walk in the door to say hello. Just the energy and the culture that you built with inside the chamber and the cohesiveness in that group, it means a lot. And I know if I can feel it, there's a lot of other people that feel it out there too.
Well, we hope so. That's what we strive to do. That's what our job is. And we look forward to more to come. just giving you a briefing really on what's happening so far.
Yep. And one of my favorite events coming up in December is the Lebanon Christmas Parade. It's one of those things. It takes a lot to put it together, and Andrea, I know, is a huge part in organizing that lineup. She's
definitely a huge part. We share on some of those things, but lately we've been working on all of these together. But yes, Andrea plays a large part in the Lebanon Christmas Parade, and I know she gets with MJ and we have our books going. But, there are a lot of people that don't know that we are a part of that and a partner with the city of Lebanon. And that's really important to our community because now with our city growing, one of the fastest growing cities.
12th fastest in the country.
Yes. So it's just unbelievable that we are able to help pull that off for the community. But we certainly enjoy that. We enjoy the children's faces and the smiles that people have for that time of the year, and so we're happy that we can do it.
Well, Melanie, I know I've spent many years with you and worked alongside of you. It's an honor to call you a friend. I will say that it's great to share time with you and just above all else, thank you for what you do for not just Lebanon, not just Mount Juliet, Watertown, but all of the county and small business here. We certainly appreciate it.
I appreciate it, Kurt.
Thank you. Well, we'll roll to our middle break. Next, we have our sponsor, Farm Bureau, coming up here in just a moment. But before we get to them, we're going to take a break. Thank you.
Thanks, Kurt. Let's see what's happening on the roadways. It's all brought to you by Absolute Kubota. Premium brands require premium parts and service. Contact Absolute Kubota's Elite Certified Service Department to schedule an appointment. 449-6171. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. Wrapping up a couple of wrecks out here, including this one southbound Ellington Parkway, just before you get down to the bottom here at Spring Street. Also finishing up the paperwork on a wreck out in Rutherford County at the intersection of Fortress right at I-24. Traffic's pretty heavy now on 40 westbound coming through Hermitage, Donaldson in from Wilson County headed towards Nashville. Hey, Nash Painting, a non-franchise painting company. Mention this ad, you get a 10% discount. Call Nash Painting today at 912-2288. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
This is Lebanon Mayor Rick Bell. During my first term as mayor, we have worked together with a sense of urgency to get Lebanon moving into the right direction. This includes approve the largest infrastructure project in the history of Lebanon with sewer lines running to South Hartman Drive. Phase 1 and 2 of a signal synchronization system that will move traffic throughout the city more efficiently. Increase our economic development recruitment efforts, which have resulted in new retail centers and new restaurants to keep our sales tax base strong. This is Mayor Rick Bell. I am asking for your vote.
Paid for by Rick Bell for Mayor, Greg Landers, Treasurer. Drug-Free Wilco is partnering with local law enforcement agencies for National Drug Take-Back Day on Saturday, October 26. Drop-off locations will be at Gibbs Pharmacy, Walgreens on West Main, Three Forks Marketplace, and TriStar Mount Juliet ER. Unused medications are a public safety issue that may lead to accidental poisoning, overdose, or misuse. Drop them off Saturday, October 26 from 10 to 2 and receive a free lockbox from Drug-Free Wilco. This project is funded under a grant contract with State of Tennessee Department of Mental Health and Substance Abuse Services.
Renewal happens here at Lebanon Center for Rehabilitation and Healing. Lebanon Center for Rehabilitation and Healing has experienced new leadership and a new atmosphere. Same location in the heart of Lebanon, 731 Castle Heights Court on the Castle Heights campus. Lebanon Center for Rehabilitation and Healing is providing 5-star clinical outcomes to short-term and long-term care residents. Call 615-444-4319 for a tour and to experience the new culture. Renewal happens here at Lebanon Center for Rehabilitation and Healing.
Hello, I'm Jerry Ashley, and I'm running for Lebanon City Council Ward 2. I have a strong business background and a genuine desire to bring our ward to a better place. Ward 2 deserves more. I will fight for better services, amenities, and infrastructure improvements for our ward. On Election Day, please consider me, Jerry Ashley, as your candidate for City Council Ward 2, and together we can build a stronger community where everyone is heard because every person's voice matters.
Paid for by committee to elect Jerry Ashley.
Sunshine continues for today, highs in the upper 70s. Clear tonight, we'll be back in the middle 40s. And then sunny again on Tuesday, highs warming back up into the lower 80s. This weather forecast brought to you by the Walker Auction and Realty, professional auction and real estate services. Get top dollar for your home, land, or personal property. Log on to MikeWalkerAuctions.com. They know auctions. With your severe view forecast, I'm Storm Specialist Drew Richards.
Good morning and welcome back to Coleman and Company. This is Kurt Baker filling in for Mr. Coleman Walker, who again is on vacation in Ohio. So Coleman, again, if you're listening, we hope you're having a great vacation and we look forward to seeing you back next week. Our sponsor of the second half of the show is the Farm Bureau Expo Center. Miss Gail Helms, she is under the weather this morning, so she will not be joining us out there at the Expo Center. She is the Director of Marketing and Events. The Wilson County Fair has built a legacy, but is only one approximately of 160 plus events scheduled each and every single year. The Expo is rapidly building a reputation for being one of the most friendly venues throughout Tennessee and across the country. I tell you what, every time that I drive by on Badooer, it still blows my mind that we have this gym right here in our backyard that we're able to utilize to bring in vendors and different events to spur sales tax dollars here in Wilson County. And the Expo Center was built under the leadership of Mr. Mayor Randall Hutto, and that is going to be our guest on the second half of the show. Mayor Hutto, the Expo Center, it's just it just continues to get better and better and better out there.
You know, it does, Kurt, and I think, thankful for Gail and Dindal and all the crew that run that and have been there for this time. And, we can continue to improve in the area for sure. It is a gym, as you say, and the more and more people that learn about it, and you wouldn't think after 7 years that everybody would know, but there's still a lot of people that don't know. And so it just continues to grow. We're looking for ways to expand it, of course, and make it better. They're working on doing some upgrades to the AB stuff on the inside. When we added the Tennessee Made building, of course, it was built later, so it had some new technology there. And so they see the need to want to add that, and they're going to continue to work to try to improve that area. But, it's just really been good. Parking has always been an issue lately with some of the big events that they've had, but it was not this weekend, but the weekend before last, I got to go out there and visit the dog show and, just see the different people that come from all over there. So a lot of different events. Sporting events have also kind of been an added factor later on. I think when we first began, we thought more about trade shows and more about events like that. But definitely sporting events have added to that. And just the James E. Ward Ag Center in general with Josh Major and Donna Bain, they, it stays consistently full of something going on those grounds 365 days a year.
Absolutely.
And we're happy to, continue to try to improve it. There are a lot of things, of course, as you talked about, the Wilson County Tennessee State Fair has contributed quite a bit of money back into that. That's kind of part of the bylaws of their negotiations out there, to where whatever's left over after they pay their bills and stuff, they reinvest back in there. I think last year was a little bit over $1 million. Not for sure what it will be this year, but it just gives us a chance to continue to grow that space. We just built a new tie barn, of course, out there, and looking for some other expansions of some cattle shows that are coming, as I talked about that. So the Expo is definitely just a gym as far as a part of continuing to make that place a lot better place for us.
Yeah. And certainly our first half guest, Melanie Minter, and under the Chamber of Commerce, there's several different sectors. So at the Expo Center, it doesn't matter if it's an educational convention, sporting event, agricultural, or even all the way to the government. I know it's utilized for government purposes out there with speeches and lunch and learns and things of that nature too. So it's truly an asset of Wilson County that you drive through many, many counties across the state of Tennessee, and you simply do not see it. And we're certainly blessed to have it.
And I think we talk about just the ability to recruit for people to come there. I know when we first started talking about it, there was conversation, well, why don't we let the tourism director, book that out there? Or why don't we let Miss Donna Bain book it? And we knew that, we want it to be successful, and it's been successful, but we knew it needed its own person, And, of course, we had Charity Toombs in the beginning, and now we have Gail. And, both of them have done a tremendous job of just focusing on that and making sure that we have events that new events and a variety of events. And, of course, Zendel with his crew, their job is to get them in there, make them happy, and then get them out of there and make them want to come back. And so that's been good. We've lost a few events over the years, but we've gained some. And so we're excited about what it's doing and look forward to the time ahead. I think, Gail and I have talked along with Josh Major about, what would a hotel bring out there, and how would that help us maybe through that Monday through Thursday event? And so, we continue to look to try to engage somebody in that area to see if that would be something that would be good, because it would not only be used by the expo people, but also, as we talked to Mr. Major a little bit, they have events that go on out there during the week that would use it as well. So we look forward to maybe that being a next piece for us.
Absolutely. Amazing location, amazing space, but of course, you know as well as I do, you can build it and have it out there, but unless you have folks like Gal Helen and her team to run it and make it successful, it's just simply not going to be the best of what it could be.
You definitely have to concentrate, I think, and recruit to be able to get people to book it full time. And, and booking it full time is not an easy thing either, because you got to keep up with people's contracts and that kind of stuff. And, and then who gets to, how long do we book? And I know that's been kind of an adventure for a lot of us, but it's not an easy task to do for sure, to juggle all that. But they've done well.
Yep. Well, they are certainly doing a good job. I know from the different events that the bank has out there throughout the year, they are always extremely easy to work with and very accommodating, and we appreciate them very, very much.
Yes.
Well, I know that's not what you're here to talk about today, and of course, if any of our listeners have been in Mayor Hutto's office, I always kid him when I walk in there, because he's got about a 10-foot table that sits to the side of his desk. And I think the smallest paper stack on that desk is probably about 6 inches high. And some of them range anywhere between 12 and 18 inches, Mayor. What all is going on in Wilson County that you want to talk about today?
There's always something going on, and it's a great place to live. There's no question about that. Sarah Davenport is with me here this morning. I'm going to let her talk first if we can. She wants to talk a little bit about Governor Volunteer Stars Awards. And Sarah, I'm going to turn it over to you and let you talk.
Good morning, Sarah.
Good morning. How are you?
Doing great. To our listeners, do you want to introduce yourself and just let us know a little bit about what you do for Mayor Hutto's office?
Sure. Yeah, I am Sarah Davenport. I am one of 2 executive assistants in the office, and a lot of people say, why does he need 2 executive assistants? Well, you've seen the stack of papers in his office, so that answers that question. He's got a lot going on. We keep him on the move all the time. But in addition to that, we also in the office have some projects that we work on separately, and one of those is the Governor's Volunteer Star Awards, and that's why I'm here this morning. I come out to Coleman every year to make this pitch and try to encourage people to nominate an outstanding volunteer in their community. So thank you, Mayor Hutto, for giving me just a couple of minutes of your time to talk about this project. This is an annual awards program that actually started through Volunteer Tennessee. It seeks to honor and recognize volunteers throughout the entire state. Over the last couple of years, we've been fortunate that all 95 counties have participated in this. Wilson County has been participating for years in this. I've been in the office almost 10 years now, and we've done it for at least the last 11 of 17, perhaps even a little bit further. So if you're new to the county or new to hearing about this project, it's a great way and an easy way to spotlight not only a great volunteer in your community, but also shed some light on a particular need that's in the community. So it's a good way to open doors for other people to get involved. So there's no act that's too big or too small. We have recognized all kinds of volunteers over the years, from the hospital, Rehab 23, Wilson Rides, kids with lemonade stands, school volunteers, and even folks who volunteer their time to other places outside of our county. I know we've had people in the past who have spent a great deal of time volunteering donation efforts to Hamilton County, which is one of the poorest counties in the state. That's an annual project that they work on. So I'm sure this year we're going to have all kinds of nominees just from people who have worked on donations and relief efforts for Hurricane Helene, and we certainly welcome those. We would love to see a lot of our volunteers doing things inside the county, but we recognize that our volunteers in Wilson County are second to none. Anytime they see a need, doesn't matter where it is, they always answer that call and have that reputation for representing the volunteer state.
Volunteer state, yeah.
As it were. So we welcome anything. Like I said, no act is too big or too small. We do ask that it just be in a full volunteer capacity and you don't receive any funds for it. But there's no age limit on this. It can be the youngest to the oldest. There is both an adult and a youth category. So we are actually looking for 2 people that will represent us at the state. In Wilson County, we like to recognize anybody who has been nominated. I know Wilson Bank and Trust has always been a wonderful partner with us on this, and we certainly appreciate that. So we're going to recognize anybody that's nominated. The state will make us pick just 2 people, an adult and a volunteer, who represents us at the state level.
And that's tough.
It's very tough. But it's a great problem to have for our committee. Now, when I say they represent us at the state, it's not a competition at the state level, but they do go and they recognize everyone that's there. So Wilson County always has good representation at that. It's a very easy nomination process. If you'll just get on our website, in the middle of the page on wilsoncountytn.gov, there's a Wilson Spotlight section. If you click on the Governor's Volunteer Star logo there, it'll take you directly to that application. Very simple to fill out. But if you have any questions or don't want to do it online, just want to do it on paper, you can give our office a call and we'll take care of you.
Help them out.
Yeah.
What's the time frame on that, Sarah?
This year, applications are open now all the way through Friday, November 8th at noon.
Friday, November 8th at noon.
Yep, so still got some time.
If you know anybody out there in the county that's doing great work within the county or even outside with the recent floods from Hurricane Helene over in East Tennessee, please go online to fill that out. Sarah, I'd like to hear a little bit more about this when we come back from the break, but we want to get to our second half break real quick. And MJ, you want to go ahead and roll it?
Thanks, Kurt. Let's see what's happening on the roadways. Thanks to our friends at Bates Ford and the low price tire guarantee on all tires every day. Up to 30 days after the sale, there'll be any competitor's pricing on the tires they sell. 1780 Franklin Road. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. Motorists are dodging some debris on 24 eastbound, right at Briley Parkway, coming down from the north. About to wrap up this crash here on Ellington Parkway southbound at Spring Street. It's still building on Vietnam Vets westbound, coming out of Hendersonville, approaching Conference Drive there on Vietnam Vets, trying to get to I-65. Whether you need a new roof repair, roof inspection, make it independent roofing specialist at irsroofs.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Why are you paying taxes on groceries? Because the Republican-controlled state government would rather give wealthy corporations billions of dollars in tax breaks instead of you. I'm Joni Cochran, and I'm running for Tennessee House District 46. Vote for me, and I'll work to eliminate the tax on groceries and infant and feminine products. Let's give hardworking families a tax break, not more rich businesses. Paid for by Joni for TN 46, Mary Patterson, Treasurer.
Need a venue for your next corporate training, meeting, luncheon, or customer appreciation event? These are just a few of the event options that the Farm Bureau Expo Center can accommodate within its 79,000 square feet of adaptable event space. The Farm Bureau Expo Center offers unparalleled versatility for corporate events in Wilson County. Come on by and check us out. For booking details as well as upcoming events, visit farmbureauexpo.com or find us on Facebook. We look forward to seeing you soon at the Farm Bureau Expo.
It's that time of year with warm days and cool nights, and you know what that means.
The Mill at Christmas, Friday, November 1st and Saturday, November 2nd. Don't miss the ultimate shopping experience with vendors galore at the historic Mill at Lebanon.
The Mill at Christmas, Friday, November 1st, VIP sip and shop, tickets at the door. Saturday, November 2nd, Santa arrives at noon.
For more information, visit us on Facebook, The Mill at Christmas.
Good morning, Wilson County. Welcome back to Coleman and Company. This is Kurt Baker filling in for guest host. We made it through 3/4 of this show without breaking anything or tearing it up. We're going to see if we can wrap it on up and carry it home. Got Miss Sarah Davenport here that works for Mayor Randall Hutto's office here in the county, and we're talking about the Governor's 3-Star Volunteer Award. Sarah, right?
Yes, sir. Governor's Volunteer Star Awards. Yes,
Volunteer
sir.
Star Awards. And again, just want to reiterate this because it is an important program for our county to spot those volunteers that's doing great work, no matter how large, how small, no matter what age group, to nominate. How can they nominate again?
Go online to our website. There's actually a couple of different ways you can do this. The website's the easiest place to go. It's wilsoncountytn.gov. Go to the center section of the website. You'll see Wilson Spotlight. Click on the Governor's Volunteer Star Award link. It'll take you to a Google form, and that's all you got to do is fill that out and submit it. You can contact our office at 615-444-1383, and I can talk you through it online, or I can email you a PDF if that's easier for you. So there's numerous ways that you can do this. So please don't think, well, I don't do a lot of stuff online, I don't want to do that. But that you're excluded, because you're not. We'll get you through it.
Just get it done. There's plenty of good going on in our county.
There is, and we want to know
there.
about it.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
And they have until November 8th, correct?
November 8th at noon, yes.
November
And that actually gives our committee a full week to go through those applications and pick a quote-unquote winner for each category. And then we'll send that on to the state. And the state actually will have their banquet and recognition sometime in February, but we will do something to recognize ours just as they come in.
Well, Sarah, it's certainly been great having you here today. Thank you for the work that you do for the county.
Thank you very much.
For Mayor Randall Hutto and being his guest of the guest today. So thank you for joining us.
Thanks so much.
Yes, ma'am. All right, Mayor Hutto, we have a lot more to talk about over the next 10, 11, 12 minutes.
All right, Kirk, I will try to get started. I am thankful for Sarah and what she does there, and definitely all she does for us in the office. But that particular program, I think, really does, bring out the people that probably, I think, really makes Wilson County a good place to be, and that's the people that live here, the volunteers. And so we do encourage people, if you know somebody in your community is actually doing something that needs to be notarized, noteworthy, of course, please let us know. We're going to challenge our commissioners tonight as a commission to maybe try to find one in each one of their districts that are doing something good, because we know we have a lot that's going on. So definitely thankful for that.
Yeah, for every one nominee, there's got to be 20 or 30 more out there of unheard stories of good work going on.
No question. Just starting last month, of course, was a busy month for us as always. We did wrapped up a 3-part series that we went for the year doing planning growth. Was the last session that we had. We brought the mayors together to talk about what's going on in the county, because many people, I think, look and see us growing real fast, and they think, well, how much have you grown? What are you doing anything about it? And so that's the 3-part series that we did. We finished it up at Providence Church. Thankful for Jacob Armstrong, the pastor there, that let us to have that program there. Had a great crowd, and look forward to probably doing that again next year, maybe doing 3 different other series that will be involved with something different. Hadn't come up with a topic yet, but look forward to doing that. Legislative update, I had a chance to go to that. Representative Boyd did that at the arcade for the chamber. Got a chance to speak to the Phoebe ministry. That's the ministry of widows there for Miss Rhonda. Had Rainey McClanahan kind of help pass out some of the huddle bucks there as we did that, and she had a big time working with that. Spent some time with TVA and talked about what's in the future there for the county here in the Tennessee region as it exists, with nuclear power probably being on the forefront of coming around, a couple of those being built in our area now. But that was a good conversation as we talk about power. Remember, we had the rolling blackouts that kind of give us all a scare a little bit of are we going to be able to handle this kind of growth in the future? And they assured us that they were, and that they were looking at something innovative like the nuclear power. Chance to go to the Empire Army Day Camp groundbreaking again. That's a little bit closer this time, and that group continues to push forward with that endeavor. And it's been a long process, but definitely one that now, so you can see some things being worked on the ground out there as you pass by on South Hartman. Another good program that got started with Susan Shaw in our office, the expungement clinic. They had a great ceremony this time to get several people's records clean. And these are small records that keep people from maybe applying for that good job that they could have because of that little ding they got on their record. And so I appreciate our judges coming forth, and Debbie Moss and her office, Sarah Buckles with the American Job Center for coming together and making this happen. The powwow was another success. Cindy LaHola continues to bring that back to the county, and it brings lots of people from, I always get a chance to kind of welcome the people that are there, and they're from all over as you kind of check out some of those people, so thankful for that. was a part of the Hall of Fame banquet at Watertown High School. They did that. They inducted an uncle that I had up there, Jimmy Roberts, and it's probably some other people that you would know. As I've mentioned, some of those people. Joel Huddleston was one. Tracy Pope was there, and Eugene Grooms, a guy that played football with me at Watertown. So it was a good day. Always glad to see them honor people in that area.
Granddaughter, Sarai, and my daughter play soccer together, so I get to spend a lot of time with the Grooms family, and I can tell you just how much that meant to him as an honor to be inducted to the Hall of Fame.
Yes, he is a great guy, and he was a quarterback of our team when we played, and he'll come by to see me every now and then, but he is a good one. The whole family is a good group of family, for sure. Veterans Gala was the first time we've done that. I don't know if you had a chance to go to that or not, but Zarina C. put that on and had it at the meal. Really a great event. A lot of people got involved, a lot of diversity of people that were there, but it's going to be an annual event, and we look forward to continue doing that, and she raised quite a bit of funds there. Also gave a car away to a needy person at the time, and so it was a good night overall. Continue to work, as we talked about the Expo Center parking we talked about was a problem. The State Fair had set aside about $1.2 million to try to improve the parking lot on the Peyton Road side, being able to bring people in and out of there a little bit easier. Bought some property to the back of the Ag Center now that would allow them to kind of go out on a road to the back side of that, on Peyton Road on the back side of the property, which will hopefully ease some of that tension. And continue to work with the City of Lebanon and TDOT as we and Congressman Rowe's office, which donated quite a bit of funds to widen the entrance of Peyton Road there and put a red light at that section, which hopefully will let all of that move a little faster. If the lanes can be improved there, then we can get them off the road quicker, get them off the interstate, give them more stacking room as well. So we look forward to hopefully getting that project off the ground before long.
It showed signs of improvement this year, did it not?
It did. The crowd continues to strive there, but the one way in, one way out, if we could get that back road to where it works going out of the backside, that's going to be a positive. We talked to TDOT about a slip ramp there because I-40 really is really close to Peyton Road if you think about it when you drive down through there. And they did that at Bonnaroo, but once that happened there, TDOT kind of outlawed that and don't want to cross the fence anymore because we would just do it during the fair time. That would really give us some relief on the interchange at the Watertown Lebanon interchange if we could do the slip ramp, but they denied that, and so we'll just have to continue to improve what we've got. We had a Tennessee Central board meeting, quarterly board meeting, where we continue to talk about job retention and job recruiting there with the region as far as the 5 counties go with Tennessee Central. Steering committee met. That is a group of stakeholders as we talk about the land use plan that they're working on right now in the county. And we did the last one, I think, in 2006, I believe, was the last time it was done. So they go back and look around the area and poll the public about what do you want in your area. Now, many people will say, well, we don't want nothing, of course. But as we know, we're going to grow. And so the question is, okay, if we're going to grow, what is smart growth? What does it need to be? And so that's what the land use plan is for, to let them kind of direct what needs to happen there. Of course, it always can get changed depending on what's going on, and then, of course, the county commission always has the final approval on that. But that they had their second meeting there as far as the steering committee went. Wilson County Prayer Breakfast was a first annual for that one. Kevin Owens was the one that had called me on that, but I thought that was a neat event and look forward to continuing to work with that. The town hall meeting we had for 109, we had another tragic accident just 3-4 days ago out on that road, and it continues to be improved, of course, when we went to 5 lanes, but with the suicide lane, and we talked about that lane as we talk about the suicide lane or the open lane. But people, come off of 840 and I-40 doing 75 and 80, and then they get on 109 going north, and that road is 55. And, of course, out of the meeting that we had, most of the consensus there was to lower it to 45. But what happens is people get off of those 2 interstates going that fast, and they get on that road, and the speed limit's 55, and the people that are doing the right speed are there. But the people that's been used to going fast say, well, I want to go around this person, and they'll use that middle lane for passing, which is wrong, and that's where a lot of our wrecks have happened. The second issue is that's a lot of traffic going through there, and the difference you have between it and 840 and I-40 is that you got people coming into that, heavy traffic, and that's tough. So they want more red lights, of course, out through there. But TDOT kind of fights that because they don't really want to slow the truck traffic down going through there. So that's been the battle. And so we had a meeting, town hall meeting, listened to people talk. And the two things that really came out of there, one was let's see if we can add a few more red lights to kind of break that traffic up and slow that pace down some. And then also lower it to 45 and have a police presence. And Tennessee Highway Patrol was there, and they have had quite a bit of presence there, I think, in the last little bit, as what I've heard from our citizens. So that's been a good thing. We want that corridor to be safe. We know it's having a lot of volume that goes there because it becomes 840 North, really, you may say. So we want to continue to work to improve, but I appreciate Senator Pody, Representative Board, Representative Lynn, all showed up there and made that meeting happen. We just happened to have it at the courthouse, but that was good for our citizens and good for the state to hear as well. Had a good event with the household hazardous waste event that Cindy Lynch puts on out there. Once a year, they'll have a place for you to come bring your paint and oil and those things that you are not supposed to dump in the dumpsters. And, Cindy continues to do a great job there. By federal law, we have to divert 25% or better of the waste from going to the landfill, and she's exceeded 45% almost every year. So she continues to do that. So the recycling is a good thing in that case, and the fact that it not going into the landfill, but also we get money back on that. And I know I'm running out of time here. But I will say we do have a county commission meeting tonight, and look for everybody to be there. And I don't know of anything major, but there are probably 20-something resolutions that are on there. We are going to honor a guy by the name of Kevin Wolverton, which saved a young lady out by the Wilson County Motor Company that was drowning in a little area they had back there. So that will be a neat one tonight. But I know my time is up.
It's getting there. It is. It's right there at it. MJ shaking her head. So, thank you again. I couldn't think of any two better guests to have today besides Melanie and yourself. Obviously, a lot going on, and you two are both major drivers in the success that our county's having, and we certainly appreciate and thank you for that. So,
thank you, Kurt.
Thank you for joining us today. That's all the time we have. Again, Coleman, if you're out there, have a great vacation, buddy. We'll see you when you get back. This is Kurt Baker signing off from Coleman & Company. Have a great Monday, everybody.